So the players are getting ready to leave Angie's Sigil. They book passage on the infamous Thelma, that is the pirate ship owned by infamous Thelma, who, to make up a little bit of cash she's not getting from her work as a pirate, is trying to get in transporting people. Not that her ship's designed for it, since it's a stolen kobold ship. Yeah, even kobolds got into space. So, players set out. No encounter this time, because I still haven't built the table. And the Thelma, along the way, explains her crusade to the players. Her crusade is to kill the Tanar'ri, which she made pretty clear last time the players met her, back first time they were at Angie's Sigil, episode 5. So, she explains why the Tanar'ri exist in the Prime Material right now. Prime Material being the where players are, where most campaigns take place. Not one of the outer planes, inner planes, or astral or ethereal. Just a standard place where life happens. Mortal realms, one might say. She explains that many thousands of years ago, there was an event in one of the lower planes that shifted that plane's alignment in such a way, and expansing outward throughout the entirety of that subplane of the abyss, that it would have made the plane no longer a part of the abyss, and would have dragged those left on it there with it, wherever it went. Its exact location would be unknown because it didn't have an alignment set, as all the outer planes do. So the Tanar'ri, in order to escape, bottle up all of their collective energies from each of their kinds, and force their way into the Prime Material to avoid being destroyed or altered by the change in the layer of the plane. As it happens, since planes are infinite, that plane still exists in the abyss, but has been barred away by the Tanar'ri, so no one will actually wander there anymore. So even though that the expansion keeps going out forever, it will never get halfway to forever, because you can't. Mathematics and whatnot. So, the Tanar'ri have been forced into the Prime Material as what she calls representatives. The prime example of their species, because it is all of the ones that were in that particular layer being shoved over here, and are the sole representative of their kind. She wants to kill all of them off, rid this portion of the Prime Material from their demonic influence. She asks the players to join, and they accept. She says she'll tell them when she finds anything. She does. Players' first stop on their way to the Sarem, self-ruling empire of Ogre Magi, is the planet Aries, the sublime diversity of danger. Technically, I don't stop on the planet because that's suicide. It's the most civilized thing there are barbaric orcs, not like Nishant kind of orcs. Like, rip your face off, eat your brains kind of orcs. You know, good traditional standard kind. The players land on a moon of Aries, a sort of battle arena moon. There, the players, for the short layover they have before they have to head out, decide to get some practice in, join the arena, and comes the big, slowest part of this session. The players decide upon a name. Yeah. They bounce around this idea, that idea, this idea, that idea, until they finally rested on perhaps the best name they could have come up with, A New Hope. Referencing, of course, the first Star Wars movie. Yes, that's the first. No, I'm not going to call Darth Menace first, because it's definitely not the first. It's just number 1. Thanks, Lucas. You had to speak so confusing. Anyways, they get involved. Their first mission is against a bunch of gibberlings, There's a little lion, people, ugly, stupid. Players have to survive 2 minutes, or 20 rounds or something, against them. They contend, and except for Fryn, all of them survive that issue. But the magic used here, built in little medallions, stolen from another campaign, work quite well to defend the players, or characters. Players do another couple missions, fighting against monsters. They avoid the obstacle course option in the arena, because they're more combat party, I guess. They do a duel against a lone Minotaur, calling himself the Bedlam Light Reaper. That's what it was. We'll get to the Witchlights later, if the players survive that long. Anyways, the Bedlam Light Reaper, who was a really quickly designed character by me, based off a little bit of data I had. Maybe about a one-shot KO. Daenes took him down with her halberd. May he rest in peace, or pieces. So players go through another day of challenges, earn themselves some good rewards in ranking in the system, which if they go back and spend more time there, I'll detail better here. So then a side place, since we're not doing experience points, the players won't be able to just camp here and build up. There's a nice side place for the players to go and encounter things that I couldn't really put into the campaign in a logical way, but definitely viable for in a battle arena based off of video games. The next day, the players are informed by Thelma that she has a lead about one of the early Tanar'ri. That is the weakest one I could find. The players that are already outpaced in level. A Dretch. Little ugly blue half-elf looking thing. Get the floppy ears. Dumb as a stump. Possibly dumber. Stumps know not to move. You won't target if you move. So the players set off that way to take care of the Dretch. They come to an asteroid abandoned. Again, no encounter because I haven't designed the table yet. Fight. Go through some traps. Not much fighting, actually. Discover a little bit of storyline about this place, but just enough lore to keep them interested, but not enough to bog it down. The asteroid had been farmed, attempted to be turned into a ship after a ship had crashed here. But the entire crew of the ship eventually ended up dead by pirates and disease and whatnot. Now ruling this place were a group of what are they called? Imps. And gremlins, not imps. Again, not like the movie, much like the ones brown, flying, can't be hurt by non-magical items. Which is lucky, because Fryn had recently acquired from Stark a item he was supposed to test. The Magic Sword of Foolish Bravery. Technically a cursed sword. +2. Made it so the player could not leave combat, and whenever it thought combat was coming, it would draw itself and put itself in his hand. I currently haven't been able to use that against him. I tried once, but he pulls it off too well. As a player, I don't think the character's charisma could manage. So the players go in, get past the traps, make it to the final door, break in, do their little bit of fighting, drown the Dretch, bing bam boom, he's dead. And because so many of them rolled 20s, which I assume, well, homebrew rule, if they roll 20 they can hit something with an additional plus to what they can naturally hit. But all of them did it while we're wielding gold items. They thought gold hurt them, which is really funny because that's not rolling any monster I know of in 2nd ed. If you do know a monster that does that in any edition, please write it in the comments. I want to know about that, because that'll be great. I mean, I guess you could if you want to do lycanthropes that way if your players were really interested in metagaming and saying, oh, we know silver hurts them, so we'll hit them anyways. I digress. The players deal with that. The gremlins drop their loot, run away. The Dretch is dead. Velma was knocked out cold a while back by a magic dart. Wacky good times, players all live. They leave, and the next stop on the trip is the Orichelm. The trip there and what happens will be done next session. And yeah, that's all I have this time. Talk to you later.